What is up guys, Joe here back with another video. Today I wanted to cover the new advanced chart features Robinhood has released on their desktop and phone app. They've added new technical indicators to their charts, including moving averages, the RSI, MACD, and Bollinger bands. So Robinhood just released this update this week, and it's been pushed to all Robinhood users. So today I wanted to cover a complete guide on how to use these individual indicators to help you become more profitable in your stock and crypto trading. So let's get started. So these new features are something users have been asking for years from Robinhood, because before you only had a simple line or candlestick graph to analyze stock within the Robinhood app. But now you can really go in depth and start adding indicators individually to your charts. And without these tools, you would have to use an alternative charting platform such as TradingView to start analyzing your stocks or crypto. And the amazing thing is now it is built right inside the Robinhood app. All you have to do is click on the advanced chart feature here, and this would launch you into the advanced chart view. I'm going to assume you already know how to use the Robinhood app, and we're going to dive right into it. Simply pull up your favorite ticker. We're going to use Apple for this example, and we're going to click on advanced. This would launch us to our advanced chart view. So let's go ahead and clean this up and start with a clean slate. So when you launch your chart, you simply only get a line graph. This doesn't do much good when you're trying to analyze the performance of a stock. So instead of using a line graph, we want to switch from line over to candlestick. That's the first step. Now you can view individual candles within here. The next step would be to turn on your moving average here. So by default, click on this eye icon to enable this indicator. And that's depicted here by the solid blue line running across. So the moving average is just what it states. It's the average of the moving 8-day price of this stock. And you can also modify the specific day by clicking on this gear icon, and then you can modify the period from either 8, you can go even shorter like 7, or let's say 5. 8 is a good starting point, so let's stick to 8. So the way to read this, anything above the 8-day moving average is considered bullish, anything below is considered bearish. And as you can see, the stock price is oscillating up and down between this moving average. And you have to realize the way stocks work and price movement is this idea of reverting to the mean. So you think of the moving average as home base, so it will always oscillate up and down between the mean. So the next step you can do now is enable the next moving average below that, and that is your 50-day. Click that on. So now that is depicted by this pink colored line running across. So now you're starting to see a more detailed view of where the stock price is. Like I mentioned earlier, anything above the moving average is bullish, anything below is bearish, above bullish, below bearish. And now we're able to analyze technical action happening within these two moving averages. So when the faster moving average, the 8-day here, crosses above the slower moving average, the 50-day, that's considered a bullish catalyst. That is a breakout. So in an ideal scenario, this is where you go long. This is where you would want to buy the stock or options, knowing that it crossed the slower moving average and you know you're on the verge of a breakout. And vice versa. When the faster moving average, the 8-day, crosses below the slower moving average, the 50-day, that is a bearish indicator, and that's when you want to take profit and sell your stock. Cool, and right below that, you have the extra option of using the 200-day moving average, and that is depicted by this teal line running across. I don't always use the 200-day, so we're going to disable that. And so with the technique I just described, there is an indicator here that combines that technique into one indicator, and that is the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence. We're going to turn this on. And here we have two lines running across, and like I mentioned, when the faster moving average crosses above the slower moving average, that's a bullish indicator. And as you can see here, you see the green bars, meaning that's a bullish indicator. And when they cross, they diverge, begin to turn red, that is a bearish indicator, right? So obviously analyze the price action and you can make a prediction on where the stock is headed next with these tools. And the MACD, you're also able to tweak the specific time period you would like. So here the fast period is 12 days and the slow is 26. So for any day traders out there, I'm personally a fan of using the 8-day, and actually instead of 50, we're going to do 21-day. And now you get a more detailed view of the price action. And if you wanted to go one step above, you can enable your 200-day. Instead of having it at 200, you can do 50. Great, looking awesome. So now my next favorite indicator here would be the RSI, which is your relative strength index. So the RSI simply graphs when a stock is overbought or oversold. So anything above the 70-point threshold up here is considered overbought, and that means it's overvalued. So when you hit overbought levels, the stock is running too hot, you would want to take profit or sell at that point. And vice versa, when you cross and you fall below the 30-point mark, that is oversold and undervalued. So that's when you actually want to buy the stock, a good time to get into the name. And like I mentioned, the price action here on the RSI correlates with moving averages as well. So as you can see here, this was a good time to buy a week ago, and we can actually go back in time, let's say a year, and judging by this, back in October 2021, that was a good time to buy. Here we have another good buy point, and that was back in June of 2022. And as you can see, all of the charts here correlate with one another. And lastly, we're going to enable Bollinger Bands. So Bollinger Bands is simply standard deviation. So in order to better view the Bollinger Band here, I'm going to disable the moving averages. So Bollinger Band here is depicted by this pink or purple channel. And in the center here, this thick purple line, that is your 20-day moving average. And you're always free to change that here within your specific setting. But the idea of reverting to the mean applies here. So the stock price is always going to trade within this channel, right? So anything above the center line, the 20-day moving average, is considered bullish. Anything below is considered bearish. So the best time to buy is when you're actually riding the lower band at the edge of this lower band here. As depicted by here, this is a good time to buy. You're riding the lower band and it actually changed course of direction and pushed higher from here, and you can correlate that with the RSI and the MACD. All of these are flashing buy signals at the same time. And here's another example. Riding the lower band, this is something to keep an eye out for, and corresponds with the RSI and MACD. And if we look at where we are now, we're actually riding the lower band again, and we're crossing the oversold on RSI, and MACD is actually turning negative here. So again, definitely keep an eye out on Apple stock. Although the market is trending lower, historically, this is a good time to buy because eventually the stock is going to want to revert to the mean and push higher. So that's a quick breakdown on how to use the new indicators within the Robinhood platform. This is a good skill to pick up. Technical analysis helps you make better trading decisions and know the precise time to buy a stock or crypto. I've been using technical analysis for years, and it's definitely helped me become a better investor. So instead of relying on others' opinions or analysis, you're able to use your own skill set to make decisions on when to enter or exit a asset. Definitely give these new tools a try if you're a Robinhood user. I highly recommend it. And I know some of you obviously want to go a step beyond. Personally, I am a big fan of TradingView, and TradingView has dozens of more tools available to your disposal, such as Fibonacci ratios and volume profile, plus hundreds more indicators at your disposal. And this would be the ideal setup for day traders who really want to dive deeper into a specific stock or crypto. So let me know what you think about these new tools. Are you a fan? Let me know in the comment section, and keep up to date with all of Robinhood's latest updates at their official page at Robinhood App. So I hope you found this information helpful. If you have any questions, please leave a question in the comment section. I'll be happy to respond. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.